Let's go, motherfuckers. How it be, everybody? Let's pop this bad boy off. Bang. Hope you don't mind if I watch you as I go to get some dinner from Chick-fil-A. Nah, man. Chick-fil-A is one of the greatest foods to enjoy a Kei Nakasugi stream to, you know? I gotta just expand part of that. How's everybody doing today? I take it most of us were watching the Sportsman doc. Dude, they did so good with that. I have no other way I could describe that. I mean, I wish that I could say I contributed to that. The most I did, the title of the video is Sportsman #1 documentary, The Birthplace of Sasuke. I created the tagline, The Birthplace of Sasuke. Besides that, you know, it was all the amazing work of John Asamashimai. Wow, I cannot speak today because I butchered that. Kane, aka Objection Overruled, who did the voiceovers, obviously, and Billy Vids. With some organizational help from Lee, Fort, Dr. Peppers, whatever you want to call him. So, can't take credit for that one, but it was one of the greatest videos related to anything in the ninja / Sasuke world that I've seen. I'm super proud of the homies there. Let's see, who's still here? Who's here? I haven't even seen. Radium, Billy, Uxie, Merte, Cool, Jakari, Fix, Casey again. Or did I say Casey already? I don't think I said Casey. What's up? Hi, everybody. So, oh, something else I wanted to show you guys. You guys got to start checking out. Where did I put it? Where did they put this? Please tell me it's around somewhere. Bruh. What did he do? Well, essentially, you guys should definitely start checking out the World Ninja League news page more. As I am still a contributor there. I still write things over there. And let me shrink my camera up. We've got the best moments of 2023. Our new article right here. We've got a write-up. I'm not really going to make y'all read this right now, but you should totally check out. I'm showing you the taglines. Look at all those. All these amazing graphics as well, made by the one and only legendary Philip Scott. You should definitely go check out those articles. WorldNinjaLeague.org. Definitely a huge thing. Before we get going into the subject of the video, what did everybody think of the Sportsman doc? Wait, Ninja Gamer, I just read the chat. You're at Ferox right now? Best video of all time, Billy says. Dang, Ninja Gamer. Well, I hope you had a good time at Ferox. I've always wanted to go there. Hopefully someday I'll go. Sasha and I definitely want to travel to New York at some point. So, Ferox is definitely on my list. Test and vacation. Hey, man. You're all good, Merte. The Sportsman doc, you know, it's 2 hours and 53 minutes long. It's a really good video. It doesn't feel like it's 2 hours and 53 minutes long. It moved very quickly. It was paced. It was spaced out very well. Good pacing. Jeez. However, I would recommend that if you don't have the time to watch it all in one sitting, watch it in parts. It covers a certain amount of tournaments, so you could watch stuff about one tournament, take a little break, watch something about another tournament. You can always come back to the video. That's why it's on YouTube. It's a great way to come back to it. How's the cold holding up? It was the flu a few weeks back. Now it's just a cough. Cough's not too bad now, honestly. It was a lot worse before. And recently, I actually, like literally earlier today, like 6 hours ago, I did a full workout with my personal trainer. So, um, and I coughed a little bit, but then I think once I got warmed up and everything, I basically wasn't coughing. I'm not sure how that works because I feel like the movement should make me cough more, but it doesn't. So, um, are we allowed to talk Sasuke results? Yeah, I'm gonna say this is a spoiler filled zone. If you guys didn't watch Sasuke 41, big whoop. You know, there's gonna be Sasuke 41 spoilers in here. Um, I don't think you're missing much. If you get it spoiled, I think you can watch Sasuke 41 knowing everything that happens, and it doesn't really change your experience of it. Speaking from experience, I saw like half of it because I was waking up coughing a bunch. So I was watching half of it while I was sick. I saw half of it. My friends told me what happened with the rest. And then I rewatched it. And, you know, basically if I thought, oh, what my friends told me about this sounds really cool, it was cool when I ended up watching the broadcast in full. And on the other things where they would tell me, I'd be like, man, that sounds kind of lame. And I'd watch it, I'd be like, no, that was actually lame. Like, I don't think it really changes anything. Yes, Renee failed the cliffhanger, as I predicted. Yeah, lucky that you're British, Fix. Okay, so today is the ranking of every Ninja finale in 2023. Naturally, what did I make? What did I set up? A PowerPoint. You gotta have a PowerPoint for these things. You guys get to see all of my inner thoughts. I'm gonna move the chat box over to the other side so that way you can see all of my points. How is the pacing in Israel's grand final? You're about to find out. Because this is just stages 1 to 4, or whatever crowns a winner. If it's a Ninja versus Ninja show, it's the final rounds, the final episode. Or if it's Super Ninja, it's the finals and the super final put together. This is Google Slides, Billy. Don't you dare disrespect Google Slides like that again. So this is everything that came out in 2023. I'll catch you later, Ninja Gamer. So, Radium just asked me what I thought of the pacing in Israel's grand finals. Well, dead last this year is Ninja Israel Season 5. Bad pacing. Stage 1 was just... I'll go through all of my points here. Bad pacing. I've talked many times about how Ninja Israel is just 6-minute interview before the run, like a super long run because people will do one obstacle and then rest for like a minute to 2 minutes and then run another obstacle and then rest for another minute to 2 minutes. It's so tedious. And then a 3-minute post-run interview. So you're talking like 12 to 15 minutes for one competitor on average. And you would think, since you're in the finals, you know who everybody is. You don't have to do as many interviews and stuff. No, that means that they do basically twice the amount of interviews for all 24 athletes in the finals. It's so painful. Mind you, I'm going through spoilers for all of these shows. So, Stage 1 was just a time Stage 3. The back end of Stage 1 included the swap salmon ladder, or crisscross salmon ladder, the crisscross salmon ladder into Angry Birds. Like, there was all upper body stuff. There was like maybe 1 or 2 lower body obstacles. And the time limit was like 5 minutes something. It was just Stage 3, but timed. The Angry Birds fiasco is another thing. Angry Birds, as I said, was on the course. They promoted Angry Birds as the obstacle that no American beat, which is true. When it was on A&W, nobody beat Angry Birds. However, Ninja Israel then decided to remove the reverse grab on on Angry Birds. They got rid of the reverse grab on Angry Birds, so they made it easier, and only 2 people beat the obstacle, but they were like, they're the best in the world! They're the best in the world! It just made me laugh so hard I coughed. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think A&W competitors now could clown Angry Birds. But the fact that they nerfed Angry Birds so that way people would beat it, only had 2 people beat it and started celebrating it because no American beat it, I thought that was kind of sad. Stages 2 and 3 only had Yogev Malka and Shneur Sameach on stage 2. So only 2 competitors beat stage 1 out of 24. Horrible results. They both beat stages 2 and 3. They were not changed from before, not really changed. They were not difficult. They were kind of just there to fill dead space. So it was not fun to watch because it was just 2 people clowning on courses that were too easy for them. The final stage was good though. Both Shneur and Yogev made it to the final stage. Shneur became one of the youngest people up the tower. He's the youngest unless you count Sasuke Jr. And Yogev became one of the few to go back-to-back on the final stage. He won. Good for him. The show tried to promote that as he was the first person to do it back-to-back. It's Ayako Miyake from Kunoichi, obviously. But besides that, whatever. Overall, I give this a 2 out of 10. Mind you, these are just the rankings of the finales. This is like 2 episodes of Israel and 4 episodes of A&W and, 2 episodes of Germany and 1 episode of Sasuke, like the rankings will be different when I rank the shows, which is qualifiers, semifinals, and the finales. How will those rankings change up? You'll have to find out. That video comes out on New Year's Eve. Now, coming in at number 9 is none other than Ninja Warrior France Season 7. Oh, man. I did not like this format. So here we go. They had a super easy course, by France's terms, on Stage 1. Stage 1 was run like a qualifier course. The top 8 best results moved on to Stage 2. And then if you were 9th to like 16th place and the top 2 women, you would then race each other on the power tower for like a repechage. And then the winners of the power tower races go to Stage 2. Stage 2 was untimed. Yeah, untimed. And then Stage 3 was a whopping 4 obstacles, and then the final stage. So Stage 3 was 4 obstacles, and they were 4 really easy obstacles, in my opinion. They weren't pumpy. Stage 3 is the upper body, taxing, tiring stage. And this one had slingshot and stalactites as half of your stage. It was cliffhanger, slingshot, stalactites, flying bar. And that was it. It was so stupidly easy. Yeah. There were too many twists. You had jokers, and I don't hate jokers, but putting in jokers with this new format, with the power tower and all that stuff, it was just so... It was such a convoluted, confusing Stage 1 in general. It was so annoying. The final stage was okay, but Stage 3 was so easy that 5 people made it to the final stage. I wasn't like totally amazed by it, but we did have some good attempts. We had 2 people, Charles Poujade and Clément Gravier, almost beat the final stage, so that was cool. Morangelique also made it to Stage 3, so that was definitely a highlight. That was one of the stronger moments of the season as a whole. 2.5 out of 10. I'm going to take a cough drop. Jokers are safety passes, but when you fall on an obstacle, your timer stops, it freezes, and you retry the obstacle after you dry off. So it's just like doing a retry in the World Ninja League Premier Series. Alright, moving on to number 8 is the finale of Super Ninja Season 1. I'm not going to lie, I really like the format of this. On paper, it sounds very, very interesting. Basically, 33 athletes would run on a course that had a 7-minute time limit. It sounds really bad, really slow, and it starts off very slow, which is why it's lower on the list. However, only the top 2 make it to the super final, which is a big tower race for the win in the end. And because of that, second place's time to the buzzer becomes the new time limit. So it goes down from 7 minutes to 6:45 to 5:30 to 4:45 to 3:20. And so as the finale progresses, we go from these slow, boring runs to all-out sprints on the course, and that was very interesting. It got a lot better as the finale progressed. Welcome back, Ninja Gamer. Good night, Merte. However, you still have profile pieces that were about 3 or 4 minutes long. My personal stance on this is like, if it's the finale, you've seen these people all season, you don't need to reintroduce these people to us. It's not that fun. And also, it was raining, so the course was a little wet. People were moving slower. People were slipping and sliding. It wasn't that fun. The super final was just a tower race. It was good. I put the question mark at the end just because I don't think it's anything special, but it's not bad. It's definitely not bad. It was just all right. So that's why it's at number 8 out of 10. Number 7 is Ninja Warrior Germany Season 8. In my opinion, it had a great stage 1, good pacing, 37 people in 3 hours. They managed to space that out very well. They also were able to crown their last woman standing, so that was really good. The final stage attempt by Philip Gothard was pretty good. It showed to me that final stage, with the time limit of 30 seconds, is doable. So I left feeling a little more hopeful for Season 9. However, only 7 people cleared stage 1, 6 people cleared stage 2, and 1 person made it to the final stage. 14 runs in a 3-hour episode. That's why it says bad final episode and editing. Because dragging those 14 runs into a 3-hour episode is horrendous. It is so hard to watch. Stage 3 was alright, but stage 2 was kind of a joke. It was a joke. Only 1 person failed it, and even then it's because he was kind of just walking. You didn't move with any urgency. Sorry, Slotty, you didn't really move with any urgency. Like, I don't know. It was a very disappointing way to end the season, but stage 1 was good, at least, I guess. And given the fact that stage 1 was its own episode, there was 1 good episode and then 1 bad episode. I think if they made stages 2 to 4 like a 2-hour episode, you know, maybe we'd be looking at this would probably be higher on the leaderboard because it would be more entertaining. But this is where it is. Number 6 is Ninja Warrior Poland Season 8. Now, Ninja Warrior Poland was kind of hitting its stride in Seasons 5 to 7, in my opinion. 6 and 7, really. Now, the problem that I had... Well, okay, let me talk about the pacing first. Ninja Warrior Poland has 24 competitors. You go through all 4 stages in the span of an hour and a half without ads. 2 hours total. It's a 2-hour episode. You go through everything. So they are moving. And this is when I said, like, I don't like having to reintroduce competitors when it's the finale, and we've seen them already. We know them. We've now been with them for the whole season. Poland, there's barely any profile pieces in the finale. It's just like, you remember this guy? He was super fast in the qualifiers. Let's see how he does on stage 1. Bang. Buzzers, like, they're starting to run. This stage 3 was too easy. It was basically, you either failed the cliffhanger, failed the flying bar, so that's the first obstacle of stage 3, the last obstacle of stage 3, or you were making it to the final stage. There were only 3 results of that stage, basically, and it was so underwhelming. 4 people made it to the final stage. None of them beat it. And that is why this is lower, because, frankly, they were all horrible attempts. You could tell that they were being pulled up the rope as well. It just wasn't they were just horrible, horrible rope climbs. They need to learn how to climb a rope. Ninja Warrior Poland is the longest running ninja show to not have a Kanzen Seiha. And at this point, we're just going to see how long the record goes. Where this lands when I factor in my qualifiers and semifinal episodes, we'll see. But just know that it does change, whether that's for the better or for the worse. Find out on New Year's Eve. Number 5 is Sasuke 41. Number 4 is Super Ninja Season 2. The course was pretty nice. It was also dry, so that meant that the competitors could actually live up to their abilities. And the pacing wasn't that bad either. We still had fluff pieces, but they were like 2 minutes as opposed to like 3 or 4 from the season prior. The course was longer, and it was tougher. So Super Ninja 2 was actually way more entertaining to watch as a whole than Super Ninja 1, at least in the finale. However, this was interesting because it's kind of the opposite of Super Ninja 1, where Super Ninja 1 had the decreasing time limit because of a lot of people beating the course. Only 2 people beat the final course of Super Ninja 2. And it was kind of the way Super Ninja portrays the course. They treat it like a battle. They treat every obstacle like a test. And they still keep the pacing high. It makes me actually entertained in seeing these people try difficult obstacles, even if they're constantly falling. And it did make those 2 successful runs very satisfying to see. The super final, again, wasn't anything all that special. It was just it was a good tower race. It wasn't a great tower race. I would have liked to have seen less fluff pieces overall, but it was still better than Season 1. And in my opinion, the editing overall, as well as the course having a cliffhanger lache, having kaleidoscope, having, like jumping spider into the ring of fire from Team Ninja Warrior, that was kind of gas, I'm not going to lie. So, number 4, Super Ninja 2. Number 3 is American Ninja Warrior Season 15's Vegas. I can already hear people screaming at me that I put Sasuke at number 5 and ANW at number 3. But I'm going to be real with you guys. I don't like the format. I'm not going to pretend I like the format of Stage 1. I'm not going to pretend that I like that Stage 2 is racing. However, it is by far more entertaining than every other entry on this list. Vegas Stage 1 was actually pretty good. I don't really care for the gambler, but every other obstacle I thought was entertaining. There was high-level talent. Obviously, we saw some elite ninjas all have breakouts. Stage 3 was a joke. I'm using air quotes because it's one of the hardest Stage 3s that we've had this year. But these competitors are just way too good at that because they've trained. Basically, they train on Stage 3s with no rest. So having all of those rest platforms on Stage 3, way too easy for them, obviously. The Travis Russ dedication in the finale as Ethan Bartnicki ran and cleared Stage 3, I thought that was very touching. I thought that was really fun. I'm satisfied with the way they edited the final stage. I thought it was pretty entertaining to watch, even though it was 8 rope climbs. They made 8 rope climbs feel better than the 4 rope climbs in Poland and the 5 rope climbs in France and the 5 rope climbs from ANW last year. So, yeah. Besides that, the races were entertaining as heck. I don't know how else to put it. The races in the semifinals are awful, but we're not factoring in the semifinals right now. The Stage 2 races, because they were athletes who knew what they were doing, who were good at the obstacles, who can link obstacles, who were going to push each other constantly. Those were really fun races. The only downside, of course, was the air surfer slipping. That, to me, that's the thing. But overall, I enjoyed Vegas of A&W 15 more than I enjoyed anything else in A&W 15. 100% Vegas was the strongest part of this season. Number 2 is Ninja Warrior France Season 8, a.k.a. Face Against Legends. The format was pretty much the same as Season 7. However, the course was harder. Stage 1 was harder. There were fewer clears, so it kind of made the leaderboard part irrelevant. I think there was maybe only one person who cleared Stage 1 and had to do the repechage. So that's definitely better than having like 4 clears have to do the repechage. It's just easier to digest. The repechage wasn't a power tower race, which was just a whole course that had a whole bunch of fluff pieces on it. It was just a race up the invisible ladder. It was a dual invisible ladder. It was quick and painless. We got through it quickly. The profile pieces for that were like 30 seconds long, and we moved right into it. And that was it. So I didn't have to gouge my eyes out watching people fight for a spot on Stage 2. Yeah. Stage 2 had a better course. Stage 3 had a better course. Remember I said they had slingshot and stalactites? This time it was slingshot. And Final Frontier. Final Frontier on Stage 3. Chef's kiss. I think it's a great Stage 3 obstacle. We had 3 people make it to the final stage. Those three people were Jean Tezenas Dumancel, the first winner of the money from Ninja Warrior France Season 4. Clément Gravier, the second person to win the money in Season 6 of Ninja Warrior France. And Matthias Norwell. I keep saying his name wrong, and I met the guy. Feel terrible. Matthias, I love you. You're awesome. Congratulations. Matthias goes on to beat them both and become the third champion. There's been 5 people who beat the final stage, but he's the third one to get the money. So it was like, I describe it as, it's like if Nagano, Yuji, and Yusuke were on the final stage. Nagano got third. Yuji got second. Yusuke got first. That's essentially what happened. Of course, there's some shady stuff behind the scenes about this final stage. We'll get into that in a later video. But at the end of the day, what we got was a well-edited, concise, difficult, and satisfying finale from Ninja Warrior France. Having Season 7 at the bottom 2, but Season 8 at the top 2, it's weird, but honestly, I really enjoyed this episode, both of these episodes. So, congratulations to Ninja Warrior France. Number 1 is Ninja Warrior Poland Season 7. Let's put that into perspective. Ninja Warrior Poland, a show that I have bashed since 2019, is number 1. Now let's talk about it. 24 athletes, 4 stages, all in the span of 1 hour, 25 minutes. Good pacing. The course was well balanced, with even some throwbacks to Sasuke and some modern stuff from A&W that I really enjoyed. Stage 2 was a 1 minute 10 second sprint with sideways boards that ascended. That was the first time it was used. A chaotic scramble on the cat grab to the finish. Shock fails on Stage 3, including the last man standing, Pavel Muravsky from Season 6. He was trying to showboat on Stage 3. Failed miserably. I thought that was... It adds so much substance and story to that finale. You had shock fails on Stage 1, shock fails on Stage 3. You had 2 people, not 4, 2 out of 24... make it to the final stage, and Jan Tatarowicz actually gave us a good final stage attempt. He was like 1.5 seconds away from achieving total victory. I think, in my opinion, this was a perfect sweet spot. I feel like Season 6, it had good successes, but it didn't give us the moments that we were looking for to really spike the adrenaline. Season 8 gave us that, but it gave us way too much and showed us that the course was too easy because a sixth of your field made it to the final stage, and it just wasn't, it didn't feel as special when 4 people cleared the third stage at once. This was like right in between. It had good clear rates, it had a good course, it had good speedy moments. They didn't try and waste our time with fluff pieces. They just said, here's the course, here's the competitors, let's see who can beat it. For once, I'm actually praising Ninja Warrior Poland, and it's for having the best finale of 2023. If you guys want to watch it, I would definitely recommend it. It's on the Vault. If you don't want to watch the qualifiers and semifinals, that's completely up to you. That's totally fine if you don't. I would still recommend this because let's think about it this way. When else did you find speedy courses, all 4 stages, all within 2 hours or less? Sounds like a certain era of Sasuke, aka the early era of Sasuke. And that's kind of what this feels like, I'm not going to lie. It does kind of feel like early Sasuke. And early Sasuke is what got me into Ninja as a whole. That's not to say that that's like nostalgia or bias for me. For me personally, I think that I'm just looking for good pacing above all else, because the pacing and the court, like pacing, course, good format, and good results. Like I look for those. But the pacing, like if you have really good pacing, you're going to be higher up. If you have really bad pacing, you're going to be lower on the leaderboard for me personally. Sasuke 3 was my first Sasuke tournament, and you know, that was the one that made me be like, I want to watch more of this. And Sasuke 3, very, very quick, very to the point, covered all of the action in one go. It was still one of my favorite tournaments. So I would say if you're looking for something like that, I would recommend Poland Season 6 and Poland Season 7. They're each like an hour, 25 minutes, an hour and a half. You get all 4 stages. You get the results. It's a good time. So, and I would also kind of recommend Season 8, but again, I put Season 8 at number 6. So, that is my ranking of all 10 Ninja Warrior finales from this year. Tomorrow, a video is going up where I'm ranking all of the specials of 2023. And then New Year's Eve, it's my ranking of all of the shows, which includes the qualifiers and the semifinals with the finals that we just ranked. So the leaderboard can and will, it's going to change. It's going to change quite a lot. I'm just going to say that right now. Yeah, that's what I got. Does anybody want to share their thoughts on the list or what they watched this year? There were 12 specials this year. Didn't watch them all, that's for sure. That's all right. Honestly, I would recommend to all of you who maybe still trying to ease into International Ninja, I would say watch the finales. You don't have to always watch all the qualifiers and semis. I can understand that that can be a lot to watch. But start with the finales. They're all in the vault, you know, and if you don't know how many episodes that entails, just ask me. I'll tell you, like, oh, the finale of Israel is 2 episodes. The finale of A&W is 3. The finale of whatever. Happy to help. I'll go by country for the specials. Russia had 2 special episodes, one for each season, of Super Ninja, where they go over who made it to the finale. They also had a behind-the-scenes episode going through, you know, what goes into making Super Ninja, and that was for Season 2. France had a special where they also did the same thing. It was a behind-the-scenes episode. And Israel did 2 specials. They were the All-Star special, where they brought back OGs to do like a mini qualifier. And the team special, which was basically what Matt, Akbar, and Christine do for the All-Star special, where they pick their own guys and they have them run on different courses and stuff. The Israel hosts did that. Germany had a Best Moments episode and a Celebrity Special. And then Japan had the Sasuke 41 Trials and Sasuke Koshin. So I'll be... Oh, and A&W had the Couples Championship and the Women's Championship. So that's that's everything that's going to be ranked this coming video, which is tomorrow. Ooh, okay, I'll have to check that out, Ninja Gamer. Scale up to 10. How is Sasuke 41? I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna say where my rating for Sasuke 41 is. Not yet. I'll say it in my review for Sasuke 41, but that's coming out in January. You'll have to wait. That's why I went completely silent when talking about Sasuke, when we got to the Sasuke slide on there. Yeah. Alright. What was the last thing that I wanted to show you guys? I feel like I wanted to show you guys something. Did I? What is going on with my computer? I'm trying to find something for you guys. So that way you guys can, I don't know. Like, oh no, my camera's glitching. That's Dropskate 10 coming in July.